Hi, welcome to my too. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk Empath, and I just like having these little conversations on the way I feel about things. I really did a live earlier, and there's stuff I freaking forgot to say because I didn't make notes, so here we are. I just like sharing my experience, some of the strengths I have, and the hopes that I have, and maybe one day some ideas and intentions that I have will get out in the cosmos and something will come of them and the world will be a better place for it. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I gotta try, right? It's the least I can do. It's a weird weather day. It was freaking overcast all morning and then it like broke up this afternoon, but it never warmed up to substantiate too much of anything. It's not like sun and weather or anything. The cat got us some time outside, so he was happy about that. A couple things I wanted to talk about is it's just real quiet, and I see how things have been set up and how things are playing out. We all know that the media isn't real reliable, and we're coming into an age that people really want to be told the truth. We're ready for the truth. We're tired of being sugar coated. Ever since I've had terrible things happen to me when I was a little girl. Things that were terrible as adults, and they happen to adults. They're awful, but they happen to kids. So now we're on this wave of save the kids. Well, yeah, you never should have freaking put them in harm's way. For chasing willies and stuff. That's creepy. There's this whole storyline coming out because there's all these tells. I've been a psychology. I've just been a steady observer my whole entire life. I've just watched, and I've watched how people like to control people, and then on the other side of that, I watched the freedom fighters, the people that are like, no, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. That ain't speaking out against the mainstream. That's not easy to do. That's not easy to do. Be like, no, I call bullcrap. I call bullcrap, and this is why. There's every room's got to have that voice of opposition, the contrary opposition. Whether people, just as long as people are not thinking the same thing. You get everybody to think the same thing. Bad things happen when everybody starts thinking the same thing. You're just, a thought is interjected. Well, there are people that exist that do not have emotions. They just don't. They stuff them. They put them in a place. They don't acknowledge them. To me, that's weird. To me, that is just the weirdest thing either. Like, you're telling a story and you just you're like trying to relate to someone. It's like, yeah, so-and-so died and it died like this, and you get no response from the person. It's like, can you imagine that happening? Like, you knowing somebody. Like, I knew a woman that she lost two of her kids. Like, one of her little boy, he was a beautiful little boy, he died of SIDS. And then she had a little girl that had freaking a heart abnormal, and it's just like, why does that happen? And that puts pain like that, and that's a trauma. That puts to every emotion there's a vibrational frequency, and that puts your body in a state of just like, and then within that there's a state of grace, a pocket of grace in that of this peace that just kind of carries you through until you come back down to to everybody else's common reality, and but there's people that don't have emotions. They don't, and I think and they preyed on in people that do, because they act like they do and they say that they do, because they've watched and learned how to, I freaking hate sports. I hate pro sports. I hate it. I could hear enough every day and just see stuff on excerpts here and there that I could have a 20-minute conversation with some Joe Blow by the freaking coffee maker, in the break room, just as playing a role of I can relate to a human being based on bullshit that I don't give a fuck about. That's how I used to live, when I was in corp America. It's just all facades. And the amount of, I mean, and why are people so surprised that people are pervy? When all it matters is sex sells. Even these spiritualists and these tarot card readers, all I see is TNA, boobs and ass. You know, your shit. You want to sell your readings and your currency, and that's how you want to, sell yourself with your orifices, and your secretions. You know, that's your measure of a human being. You know, and the spirit has so much more to offer than physical sensations and people chasing them. But that's what keeps people grounded in a very, very, very 3D reality. And then there's, other dimensions. Hey, it's like a video game, man. You level up. Look at all the Masonics, all the, in the churches, and in every group, there's the extremists. I was talking to a kid at the gas station about this today. I'm like, in every group there's an extremist, someone that takes it too far, that does the too much. I said, and there's always a pervert in every group, or the twisted sister, or whatever, the broken psyche, because there's more broken psyches walking around the planet than not. I mean, Big Pharma, look at all you guys made sure with dulling susceptors and everything, but so many people made money, because at some point, I wonder when that date was, that constellation was, where money became more important than people, but it happened, because if it didn't, we wouldn't be living the world we live in. So Big Pharma freaking, and then it's like, oh yeah, down with Big Pharma, down with Big Pharma. I was talking to the kid today. I was just like, I said, there's the extremists. I said, you go to the Catholics. I ain't into any organized religion. I think there's truth in all of it, and perception, and I think there's manipulation in every entity too. The thing of it is you go to church every week, and they're eating the representation of the flesh and drinking the representation of blood as a blessing. So you don't think that there's people that are going to do that? Oh, if this is good, then doing the real is better? Really? This kid was like, yeah, I never thought of it like that. I'm like, yeah, people don't. And it's right in front of their face. The things that people don't think about. Because it's not like that. It's when it's exactly fucking like that. Dude. It's all coming out, man. People believe what they want to believe, and the more people start listening to people that has had this shit actually happen to them. People rape kids. I saw the police report when I was in junior high. It's the last time I saw it with my own eyes. I know it exists. Yep. Who does that? There's a lot of people that do that. There's a lot of fathers that do that to daughters. There's, and the wives know. Yeah, Mom. Sure. It's creepy crawly, And where does that start? I mean, I think people see it when you're a kid. I think people recognize it. There you go, Mom. You're welcome. But people don't want to see that in their own children. But it's there. It's there. I mean, you know who people are from the time they were a kid. You know who they are. People are consistent, unless they're like, they worked really hard like I have. Because I have a lot of energy. You ever been around someone with a lot of energy? A strong personality, strong character is what they call them, strong personality, character. Like, have you ever been in their presence? And people that don't know the difference between excitement and exhilaration and fear, something that's exciting and scary, they don't know the difference, so they just go to fear. Yeah, I'm scared to a lot of people in real life. And I'm just like, what the fuck for? I've never put the only time I've ever put my hands on another human being out of anger is out of self-defense, ever. I don't know a lot of people, because I've been hit by a lot of people first, So, I mean, I know other people that have aggressively. You don't put your hands on other people in aggression or love without consent. You don't touch people. You just don't. And that's a tell for me. Someone puts their hand, I'll start to, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm just a touchy-feely person, and I'll stop myself. And usually people, it's okay. But you ask permission first. It's a one-time deal. I'm gonna touch, can I hug, I got a hug today. It was good. He's a good hug. RJ, it's good to see him again. So, discernment, I just wish people would really believe themselves over the storyline that they're being told. This ain't my virus. This ain't my crap, Mom. I'm healthy. This ain't my shit. I don't get sick. It's not my problem. So everybody else that's dancing around, I saw, 40,000 people died in a country of 342 million. I'm pretty sure that's on point to an average of that many people dying people walking across the street, stuff like that. It ain't no different than any other time. When it's your time, it's your time. And when you're healthy, you're less inclined to get sick. And when you don't get sick, then you don't, whatever. There's so many faithful people who good, clean living. What are you worried about? Oh, they're not living clean. That's what they're worried about. The hypocrisy is among us. Shh. What's that? The truth coming out, Weak sauce. People don't want to do the work. If people wanted to do the work, there'd people be at the gym year-round, not just freaking January, Or not even at the gym. I tell you stories in other videos of freaking the links I went to just to get into the Air Force. Then when I went in, I'm like, this is bullshit. Bunch of freaking control freaks that freaking don't even... See, as far as leadership is concerned, I don't ask people to do shit that I wouldn't do myself, But the good old boys, they're different. All that stuff is freaking dying. Because the new age, the new kids, the new society, people are sensitive. Because you guys had to make a bunch of money and freaking, everybody's sensitive because of shots, and for whatever reason, everybody's becoming more sensitive to light, sensitive to sound, because you guys had to, because people matter, or money matters more than people. But people like me to live to clean that karma, I've been all over the earth cleaning up karma. I gotta make wreckage of my past, because I brought Hobarts to planes that freaking bombed hundreds, potentially thousands of people in Iraq, and I gotta live right. I still freaking flipped baby Bush off on 9/11 because I knew it was crap. Yeah. So fast forward. So these are some of the things that I've had to, be a good person to counteract freaking being attributing to atrocities, and I'm waiting for more people to step up and do that, be accountable for the contributions of what they did. And then I had to freaking work out the stupid gym every day, freaking where they modified the Enola Gay, where they freaking dropped the bomb, Hiroshima. Yeah, so there's some more karma I got to transmute of being a part of that monstrosity. So, it's just time to come clean. This country could be great. For the first time, as far as I'm concerned. It ain't ever been great as far as I'm concerned since they took it from my ancestors, but people can make amends and act different. I'm waiting to see the evidence of that. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.